Welcome to the Unfuck Your Fitness podcast. I am your host, Christy Castillo, and I'm here to give you real talk and cut the BS so you can actually enjoy building a body you love. I'm a personal trainer obsessed with giving you simple action steps to take you from feeling stuck to feeling sexy. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's episode. It is March. I don't know where February went, but at the same time, I do know where February went. February went so quickly. I heard a lot of people this year saying that January just drug, and I don't feel like it was like that for me at all. And then people are saying that, February was just went so quickly, which I agree with that, but we didn't do a whole lot in February just because we're remodeling our kitchen, living room, dining area, and that's been just keeping us busy. So I know where February went. It literally went to my living dining room, kitchen area, but at the same time, it did go super fast, and it's been pretty warm here, I would say. Today's going to be 70. Yesterday was 60 something. There's been a couple other days that have been in the 60s, which is really weird. For February, it's just strange. Now I'm sure it's going to get cold and snow and all the things again. I mean, I hope not, but it's just been weird. So I feel like it didn't even feel like February maybe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is it's March. March is here. This year is moving along. It is marching right along. So how are you doing with your goals? How are we doing with our New Year's resolutions? How are we doing with eating better and, all the things? Hopefully you're doing really well and you've stuck at least most of the time with what you said you were going to do and your new habits and your new mindsets and all the things. If not, start now. This is a new month. We are coming into better times as far as my seasonal depression is going to be leaving soon. It's, things are just going to be looking a little bit brighter and we're going to be outside. And for my kids, basketball's done. For my son, he actually has a tear in his MCL that happened 2 weeks ago. And so he had to miss a couple of two, I think, games, his last 2 games, which absolutely sucked. That was terrible. But anyway, basketball is done. And hopefully he'll be able to start baseball. Their season or practices start for my daughter's running track and my son is doing baseball. And so I'm busy, but that'll be happening soon. Hopefully he can get healed up and practice soon and play soon. Fingers crossed for that. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is we'll be outside. Things are going to be picking up. We have some crazy things coming up. I mean, spring break's happening. And then I've been doing graduation party stuff for my daughter. She, of course, graduates in May. And so graduation and grad party and college things, it's insane. So things are really going to start picking up, but that makes my brain overwhelmed and excited. So it's fine. But anyways, spring is here. So if you are damn, I have not really done anything with the goals that I set for myself this year, or I did and I'm slacking and I need to do better. Do better. Now's the time. It's not too late. You got this, right? So the big 4, water, weights, walking, and macros. Start with those, get moving, get tracking, get the information. Honestly, though, do start now. I can't encourage that enough. Do start now with those 4 things because summer is just around the corner. With as fast as February went, I'm a little nervous about how far all of these, or how quickly all of these things are going to come up for us. So anyway, just a little encouragement to get moving on your goals. If you need help, visit me on Instagram, Christy Castillo Fit, visit my website, visit someone in the fitness industry that knows what the fuck they're doing and get started. So I really want to talk about, I don't have a lot of advice and things. I know this episode will help you and it's going to be a really good conversation, but I want to talk about unrealistic standards for fitness and beauty. This is not something that I'm super passionate about in general. I'm more of a macros, water, weights, health, kind of person in general and on here. But there are a few other things I can get fired up about. But I keep opening my social media platforms. I'm not on TikTok. Well, I am on TikTok, but I don't get on it hardly ever. If someone sends me a link to something on TikTok, I will open it, watch it. Sometimes I get sucked into a few other videos, but it's not an app that I open regularly, which if I did, I would see so many of these things that I'm going to complain about even more than I already do. And that would not be good for me. But I open Instagram. That's where I'm on most of the time for working and just scrolling. I really like Instagram, the platform. But I am so sick of getting on social media, especially Instagram, and seeing things that I need or that I should want or that would better my looks or better my life or whatever. Like, I am just, the standards for fitness and beauty are insane. And I'm going to be speaking for women, of course. I know that there are unrealistic standards, probably for fitness, not so much beauty, of course. But I know there are unrealistic standards for men too. And I'm not saying at all that there aren't. I'm just not a man. I am a female, so I get female targeted ads on my phone, on my Instagram, on my social medias. Like, that's what I know. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. But if you are a man listening to this, keep listening, because for one, you can learn what women are kind of seeing and going through, and at least how I feel on the subject. And this will pertain to you as well, because I know, well, I'm sure, I shouldn't say I know, I'm sure for men that you get targeted ads as well that are obviously specifically targeted towards your insecurities and things. So I know this is the same thing, but I actually just opened my Instagram. And sometimes I can scroll through Instagram and just kind of just be scrolling, and it's pretty chill. And I don't get really sucked into any of this stuff. I'm not really tempted to buy things. I don't really compare, but sometimes I just get so sick of seeing it. For example, I just opened my Instagram right before I started recording just to kind of scroll for literally 2-3 minutes. And I just scrolled down my Instagram feed. I didn't click on anything. I was just scrolling. And I saw eyelashes, an ad for eyelashes, eyelash lift, tint, DIY, a lip plumper. Apparently everyone's lips are too small. Makeup. I saw an ad for bronzer. I saw an ad for mascara. Obviously skincare, which I do care about skincare, but I don't know, you keep seeing all the things about skincare. And actually I reached out to my friend Julie, shout out Julie, who helped me actually get really good skincare. I've been using it for a couple weeks and I actually love it, but it's overwhelming. Anyways, I also saw clothes, of course, all of the clothes that I needed, fitness related clothes, lifestyle related clothes, dresses, shirts. Of course, they were targeted to stores that I've shopped at before. I saw an ad for colostrum. Please tell me you're getting all these ads for colostrum, like Armora, I think colostrum. Every time I open my phone, there's an ad for this Armora colostrum. I don't want it. Stop showing me. And then literally, this is so funny. I saw an ad. It was I don't know, something in a jar, but all I know is that it said, and I quote, "It's like Aquaphor for your vagina." I don't know. I mean, I guess that speaks for itself, but what the fuck? What in my brain? That was 2 minutes and I saw eyelashes, lip plumper, bronzer, mascara, skincare, clothing that I apparently want, I don't know, nipple covers, eyelashes, Botox, and this was another one, and add to lock your phone so that you can focus. It was like this lockbox you can put your phone in. And then they were saying you don't need this lockbox anymore. You can just use an app on your phone. You program it and your phone will just shut down. It won't let you in. So you can focus. Oh, and then bed sheets as well. And then colostrum, and then apparently Aquaphor for your vagina. This in 2 minutes. Those were just the ads. Along with that, I saw mental health things and what I want to say, calming your nervous system quotes and workouts, of course, and funny things. And it was just holy shit, our brains. In 2-3 minutes, I saw all of those different subjects. Now, it's a constant comparison game. It's a constant hit of dopamine that just isn't natural. It's not like I'm going outside and I'm doing something fun and my brain is responding to something that's actually happening. My brain's just responding. In this moment, it actually wasn't, because I was literally just doing this on purpose. But let's say I'm having a really, I don't know, a day where I'm God, I really need to focus. And I saw this app for my phone. So I'm going to look at that. Let's say I'm shopping and I am really needing some bronzer, I would be clicking on that. Let's say I'm really insecure about my lips, I'm going to be clicking on the lip plumper. Like, it's a lot. So I do want to talk about the unrealistic standards. I also just want to talk about with you, my peeps, all of these things. Like, I personally do not get sucked into these things. I don't click on them very often. If I want to go shopping, I'll get on Amazon or I'll go to the store and shop. I don't really need a lot of this stuff. But I know a lot of people do, and maybe it's because I'm 42 and I don't give a shit about what anyone's doing or wearing or whatever. Like, if I'm in a time frame where I want to look up skincare, I'll go look it up. If I need eyelashes, I'll go buy some or look it up. I don't respond well to ads. If I'm not in the mood of like shopping or skincare or those things, I'm not going to click on the ad. But I think I know a lot of people do. And in fact, I have an 18-year-old daughter. So I see her, always on her phone, and I see what she's responding to and what she wants to buy and what she wants to look like and the life she wants to live. And I know that all of this comes from her phone. And I'm not saying anything bad against her. That's just what it is right now, right? So in addition to like comparing ourselves constantly, wondering if we need all of these things that we see on our phones, it cannot be good for us to constantly just be seeing these types of things. It's subliminal. Like, even though, like I just said, I don't personally want to click on those things and I don't want to research them and I don't want to buy them, it's still in my subconscious now that like, maybe I do need eyelashes. Maybe my lips are too small. Maybe I do need to lock my phone. Maybe I do need colostrum. Maybe I do need Aquaphor for my vagina. Like, it's all subliminal now, right? Like, are my clothes good enough, or do I need these other clothes that this lady's wearing? Even though in the moment I'm like, oh my God, this is so annoying. It's still there. I'm still being shown, and it's what's in my brain, and it's what I'm subjecting myself to. So it just can't be good for us to constantly be seeing these types of things, always wanting something, always thinking that we need something this is what gets me. Always thinking that we need something to help with a problem that we didn't even know we had until we saw the ad. I will see this ad for colostrum, and it's like your digestion and your skin and your sleep and have you ever watched these ads and while you're watching it, you're like, oh my gosh, I struggle with all those things, or I think I have that problem, and it's like you didn't even realize that was even an option or something you would maybe think that you even need until you saw the ad. And then you're like, oh my God, I need that, which I understand, right? And I know some people will say it's just like when I grew up, let's say. It's just like when I grew up and I saw commercials and I saw magazine covers and I wanted things. I compared myself. I wanted to look different, etc. But it's not the same. I know when my kids were little, of course, we had, they had tablets, and people would always say, like, it's the same thing as you sitting in front of the TV all day on a Saturday. And honestly, I don't disagree with some of that, but it's not the same, especially for teenagers. Like, when I grew up, yes, I had commercials and I had movie stars and I had pop stars, right, that I thought were so cool and I wanted to be like and all of that. But it's not the same in the sense that when I left the house, unless I saw, I don't know, like a billboard or a magazine, I had time away from my brain dealing with that. And now even if I have a break from something, we were running errands yesterday, my husband and I, and he was in the store returning some stuff from the house project, and I'm on my phone, I'm in the car on my phone, which, okay, nothing wrong with that, but so are my kids. It's a constant thing. So when I was a teenager and I left the house, I didn't have a phone to scroll on. I got away from the commercials and the comparison. My kids, especially my daughter, doesn't have that. She has her phone with her all the time. And we now, as adults, have our phones with us all the time. We're always being bombarded, whether it be consciously or unconsciously, we are being bombarded with all of these things, right? Are we good enough? Are our clothes good enough? Do we look good enough? Do you need Aquaphor for your vagina? Like, never thought about that. I need to stop bringing that up. It's crazy. And I don't know. Let me be clear though. I'm not against changing your looks. If you want lashes, if you want Botox, if you want a boob job, go for it. I have microbladed eyebrows. I very, very blonde, and I hardly have any eyebrows even with them microbladed. But without them, you could hardly see them at all, right? I would love to have some Botox one day in my forehead, fix my crow's feet. I actually had a consult years ago. It was right around the same time that I had started P90X, the very, very, very beginning of my fitness journey. I had a consult. My husband went with me. I stood there. I remember standing in the mirror. I'm sure topless, looking at what they drew. I don't remember exactly. I remember thinking it was like $7,000. It's going to hurt. I literally remember standing in the mirror thinking, why don't you just work out, give this fitness journey your all, try to change your body, try to be more confident that way before you go under the knife and put something foreign in your body that may or may not help with your confidence or whatever. So anyway, I have definitely considered all of the things. So I'm not saying that like I never have, or that sometimes I don't think like, oh wow, I need better eyebrows or I need this product. It's not that I don't ever think that. Of course I do. But, and I'm not against changing your looks. If you want to do those things, like for sure, go for it. I have friends with all of the things that I have mentioned, and I love them. And I think that that's great for them. And I'm not saying that I will never get those things. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think it's the unrealisticness of the beauty industry that pisses me off, that it's filtered, that it's fake, that we are only shown certain things, that we're only shown, certain things that they want us to see, that it is marketed directly into our insecurities, which I get. Like, that's how they sell things. That's how marketing works. The wording, the model that they use in the ad, the packaging, it's all targeted exactly to you. It's making us feel like we need to look perfect head to toe. And I think I can look at that and say like, wow, this person did a really good job targeting their audience for this ad because they nailed it, right? Like I think I can decipher that. But yeah, it's crazy to me that we are just marketed to so much, again, as women, about our looks. It's the makeup, it's the hair, it's the bronzer technique, it's the application, it's oh my God, it's insane. The things that it's the get ready with me, it's the do the makeup with me, it's the what I don't even know, like outfit of the days. It's all this stuff. Like, I do not care what influencers are wearing. I do not care what you're using for your skincare. I do not care what your bronzer looks like. I do not care what clothing you're wearing. Like, I don't care. Give me something real. What are you doing today? Give me an unfiltered version of yourself. Show me when you just woke up in the morning. Like, that's what I feel like when I see an influencer. I don't even like that word, but you know what I mean? It's like you see these reels and stuff of like, oh, I'm using X amount of skincare or X brand of skincare and I'm wearing this clothing and I'm mixing my AG1 greens and it's like, I literally do not care. First of all, you don't look that good. Second of all, you're not that healthy. Third of all, are you happy? Like, what are you doing? I do not care. That's in my brain. And then I have my daughter coming up to me like, I need this product and I need this. And I'm like, no, you don't. You do not need that. I wish I could tell you how much you don't fucking need that product. Anyway, I can get a little fired up. It makes me crazy. And then, right, I have my son who's 15 and my daughter, and even my husband and I can do this. Like, he of course cares about his appearance and his skin and like all the things, but men don't care. And it's not that they don't care. Well, they don't wear makeup. So like, of course they're not marketed to like have perfect eyebrow. I mean, you don't see men trying to get their hair absolutely perfect and like worrying about their skin, right? They leave the house with their natural skin color, their natural skin. They wash it. They like run their fingers through their hair. They brush their teeth. There's like beard stuff, for men with beard. That's it. I'm over here like with the anti-curl stuff and the anti-frizz stuff, and I'm blow drying and I'm curling and I'm spraying, and then I've got my skincare, and then I've got my moisturizer, and then I've got it's just my whole makeup routine. And like, for what? Like, for what? Why? I understand that it can be fun. And I totally get that makeup is fun and artistic and hair. Like, I understand. And that's not at all what I'm getting at. It's more than that, right? It's too much knowledge. It's too many ads. It's too many thoughts, even if it's subliminally. Like, I should probably get this product. Even in fitness, I should probably get this product or this supplement or this gadget or this workout. That person looks so great. I probably need that, right? This person is so great in this reel. Like, look at how perfectly made up she is. And she's smiling with her kids in her perfect kitchen and she's so happy. We click on it and then we're like, oh my God, I need her booty routine. Oh my God, I need her skincare routine. Oh my God, she drinks greens. Oh my God. And then you're just in this hole of like, does she even do that booty workout? Does she even drink those greens, or is she just getting paid to say those things and to post those things, right? So it's not even that it's shoved down our throats. On top of that, it's that, does this product even work? Are these influencers even using what they're selling? Is the product even legit? And yesterday I was shopping for dry shampoo and I was really kind of scouring for this one brand that I actually didn't end up finding. So I tried another brand, but I looked at this product. Of Split End Mender. And I'm not even sure. Sometimes I'll look at stuff for myself, my daughter, and kind of pick up stuff. And I remember looking at the bottle. It said Split End Mender. And I literally had the thought of like, what's even in this? What's inside of this bottle, the Split End Mender, could be the same that's in the bottle of anti-curl. Like, I have no idea. Who's to say that this product is to mend your split ends, right? Who's to say that this product does what it says it will? Who's to say that this product is any good or that the person on the package is using it? It's crazy to me. So those are all the things that go in my head. My point to all of this is that it's not going to stop. Like, people aren't going to stop targeting us with their ads. We're not going to stop seeing all the things, but we have got to control it in our brains. Like, we've got to kind of make the connection between, this is unrealistic. I don't have to work out this much. I don't have to wear as much makeup. I don't have to put this much pressure on myself to look perfect, to not have wrinkles, to not have a little fupa, right? To look perfect. I don't have to subscribe to this. I feel like if we're not aware of the fact that it's unrealistic beauty standards and fitness standards and fill in the blank standards. It's unrealistic. They're playing into our insecurities, and on our phones, it's constant. And it can constantly be making you feel like you're not enough. You're not doing enough. You'll never be enough. You'll never have the body that person has. You'll never X, Y, and Z. And that makes you feel less than. It makes you feel not enough. It makes you feel not great. And that's where the problem lies, that overconsumption, and that's where the problem lies, is overconsumption and unhappiness are rampant. I feel like people are really just out here doing the least. Like, why work out to feel better when you can quickly order a product from your phone while laying on your bed doing nothing and wait for it to come in the mail that will tighten your skin and get rid of cellulite? Like, why would you get up to do anything physically to work out and better yourself when you can just order a product and kind of hope for the best? It's like, we're really just out here doing the least. Like, we're trying to fake our way or compare our way to this better version of ourselves, I guess. But in the end, I know that a lot of this just comes down to, obviously, the marketing. They're playing into our insecurities, but it also does, like I just said, insecurities. It comes down to lack of confidence, to insecurity, and that's fine. We all have insecurities. We all have moments of weakness. We all have things about ourselves that we would like to fix, but a lot of these products just aren't going to fix them. You don't need a product to get rid of your cellulite. Your cellulite is fine. Who even says that you shouldn't have cellulite, right? Who says you shouldn't have a little fat on your body? Why are we thinking that our bodies need to look so perfect? Why are we comparing ourselves to other people? So lastly, what I want to talk about is just that, the comparison, and honestly, self-love and self-care and worth. And a lot of it comes down to, I mean, of course, I wanted to talk about the glamorization and the unrealistic standards of fitness and beauty. But I really, truly think that the reason so much of this works is because we are lazy. We do like those little baby dopamine hits off of our phones. We are over consuming. We are over purchasing. We are overcompensating. And it comes down to doing the inner work and realizing your worth and realizing you don't have to look perfect. And like, who says you have to look a certain way? I think at the end of the day, it's like really getting to know yourself. I guess for myself, I can only speak for myself. I haven't always been the most confident in my looks or myself. And I do have days where I'm not confident in my looks and myself. Like I definitely don't mind changing things about my appearance. Obviously, like I love the physical attributes of working out. I love nose rings, right? I love to change things and do fun things with makeup and hair and like whatever. But at the end of the day, a lot of this just really comes down to thinking we need to be better or different, or, purchasing things and comparing things. We need things that other people have. I don't know. It can get pretty deep, and that's not the point of this episode. But what I do want to say is the confidence that women have, and I guess I can only speak for myself, the confidence that I have in saying, I don't need certain external things to change on myself. I would rather just not compare myself. I don't care about the newest styles and the newest brands and the newest all the things. I don't care. I know what I look good in. I know what I feel comfortable in. And I don't care if it's necessarily in style. I don't give a shit if someone's judging me for that. I'm not going to wear a current style or buy a product just because it's really popular on TikTok right now. If it doesn't look good on me and I don't feel good in it, I don't care. And where that confidence comes from for me is not telling myself that I'm worthy and these positive affirmations and saying, cheesy things in front of the mirror. I'm not saying that those things are bad. I know they're good for some people and they definitely have their time and their place. But for me, really talking better to myself, showing up for myself in the gym, going for walks, eating better, treating myself better physically, being confident in my workouts, being strong, looking in the mirror and being like, you are fucking strong. I like you. There were times I looked in the mirror and I was like, I do not like you. I don't know you. There were a lot of negative times of that. But when you can look in the mirror and be like, man, you worked your ass off today. You showed up for yourself today. You are strong today. You're looking good, right? I'm in control of that. So much of that confidence for me came from showing up in the gym and being able to modify my appearance if I wanted to in that way. Like, I don't care if someone likes my body. I like my body. I built my body. It's mine. I work hard for it. I fucking did this. I don't care if anyone else likes it. That's not when I started. I was very insecure. I was really insecure. I wanted to change my body, not for anyone else. I really wanted it to change. I didn't understand. And now I feel differently about it. So I think that confidence goes into other areas of my life, and it will for you too. And yes, you are worthy. And yes, you are enough. And yes, those positive affirmations and those positive self-talks are great, but you actually have to get up and do the work. And this comes for our children as well. Like I said, being a mom of an 18-year-old daughter, it's really hard to see her get on social media all the time and compare her life, her looks, her all the things. I know I'm more aware of it because I could easily do it myself. And I'm more aware of it because she's my daughter. She's beautiful. She's perfect. She literally is beautiful and literally is perfect. But it's hard for me to watch her think all of these things, even though they are completely normal. And I work with clients as well that are like, I need to change this, or my friends have this and I want this and I want to look better for this. And a lot of times it's not even about the thing. It's just that they're lacking a little bit of confidence or they're focused on the wrong thing. It's just, again, it's these unrealistic standards. It's this comparison. It's always something being shoved in your face that if you're not fully confident in yourself, you will think that you need. I can very easily look at certain things and be like, oh my gosh, I love her eyelashes. I love her lip color. I love her jeans. I love that person's home. It's beautiful. it doesn't mean that I want it or need it or that I want to work toward it. Like none of that. I can see something for what it is and say, that's really awesome for her. She looks great. I love that. Period. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't want to work toward it. Like nothing. I can completely separate the two. And I think that that's really important when we are scrolling, especially, when we're not conscious about our scrolling and we're literally just going and going and going. And even toxic positivity is unrealistic. Even, self-care and learning about regulating your nervous system and some of the things I mentioned earlier that are really good. It can be too much. You don't have to focus on all of that stuff all of the time. Sometimes unrealistic standards can go for pretty much everything in life. So thank you for listening to me talk about this. I just wanted to have this conversation with you because it's something that I've been noticing when I open my phone more and more now. I'm just like, this is so overwhelming. We are all being bombarded with this. And we should just talk about it. Not that it cures anything, but I think just the awareness, if nothing else. So I hope you like this episode. I know it was a little bit different, but it all ties in because as we're working on ourselves physically, it's easy to grasp onto more and more and more, right? So I want to do more for fitness. I want to do more for my health. I want to do more for my beauty. How can I fix my hair and my nails and my face and my weight loss and my skin and it's a lot. And so kind of just paying attention to that and reeling it back to what really matters. What do you enjoy? What would you like for yourself? What do you want for yourself? And not really pay attention to all of these unrealistic standards. And if it's really hard for you to separate the two, unfollow that stuff. You don't need to see it all the time. I've been very good lately about unfollowing things if I see something and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see this anymore. This isn't doing it for me anymore. I don't want any part of this, and just delete, block, whatever, unfollow. Because I think it's very important for our mental health. And I think the awareness, hopefully that I brought you in this episode, you'll get on social media, see these things, be pissed off and annoyed, unfollow, and you're welcome. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to today's show. Go ahead and leave a rating and a review. And of course, follow the podcast so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And I would love it so much if you came to connect with me over on Instagram at Christy Castillo Fit. I will see you next time.